Alo, xin chào mọi người. Chào mừng đến với Học Tiếng Anh OK. Hôm nay chúng ta có một chủ đề rất là vui vẻ và thích thú để nói chuyện về.
Yeah, so today we are going to talk about shopping and the culture of shopping in America and how you can describe these things in English. To start off, we want to talk about grocery shopping. This is something that we do a lot. I go once a week, I go to the grocery store. Sometimes I go to one grocery store. Sometimes I go to 2 or 3 grocery stores to find all the ingredients that I need. My favorite grocery store is Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is the best. Have you ever shopped at Trader Joe's before?
I've been a couple times, but not frequently.
They have a lot of frozen items, so you can buy some fried rice that's frozen that has meat and vegetables in it. And you buy it frozen, you bring it home, you put it on your stove, and it cooks in like 5 minutes, and it tastes like you made it yourself. And it's super yummy. They also have really good vegetables and meat at Trader Joe's, and so that's why it's pretty nice. And it's also pretty cheap. It's not crazy expensive like other places.
That's nice, yeah. I feel like that's a very different thing between like Vietnam and America, shopping for food. Here we'll go to like grocery stores and we'll buy food there. But I feel like a lot of people in Vietnam, they'll go maybe every day to the market and get food there, which I think is cool. Like it's fresh food right there. But for us, it's a lot more convenient to just go to the grocery store. I will say there are like farmers markets that people will go to every now and then, but I feel like that's not as common where we are. What about in Boston?
There's one in New Hampshire that people go to, but it's only one time a week. It's not every day. So, but it's pretty yummy still.
So what a farmer's market is essentially a bunch of people, a bunch of craftsmen and farmers. They'll bring all of their produce and their goods so that people can come buy them. And is it usually cheaper or is it
I would say it's more expensive.
expensive?
But it's better quality.
Okay.
Yeah. But they have lots of amazing things. Usually when I go to the farmer's market, I find the baked goods. They're really good. They're all homemade and they're so delicious. So yeah, I like getting blueberry muffins or apple pie or donuts. Oh man, they're so yummy.
I could go for some food right now.
Yeah, me too.
It's like lunchtime.
Yeah, so where do you go to grocery shop?
Right now, I don't buy a lot of groceries because I live at home, so my parents provide food. But when I was living on my own at college a couple of years ago, I think most of the time I would go to Walmart just because it was close and
it's cheap.
it was pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I could get, 5 dozen eggs for like $6.
Yeah.
And that was a deal. Like you buy all those eggs and you have food for weeks.
Yeah.
So that's usually what I would do. Back at that point, I didn't know how to buy produce.
Okay.
So like I just bought like meat and carbs and stuff, but never got vegetables and fruits.
Yeah.
But then when I was on the mission, I started buying a lot more of that stuff. So when I do start grocery shopping again, I'll probably be spending some time in the produce section.
Nice. Something funny that I did this summer. So for those of you who don't know, I went back home and I lived in Boston and New Hampshire with my family for the summertime. And in the summertime, we have lots of people that come and visit our house and just stay with us. My family, I have 5 siblings. My sister's married, and when it's summertime, they come and live with us too, and they have 2 kids. So we always have about 10 people. We have my grandparents as well with us. We always have about 10 people in our house, but then when we have people come to visit, it's like 20 to 30 people. And it's a lot of people, and it's a lot of food to make. And so my mom spends a lot of time buying groceries and cooking. And so this summer, to help out my mother, my job, one of my big chores was to go to the grocery store every single day. And so I would go every single day, and if my sister needed food for her babies and my mom needed snacks or food for the people we were having in town, I would go and buy all the groceries every day. And so it'd take me like 1 or 2 hours. I'd put my headphones on, I'd get my grocery cart, and I started making it a game to see how fast I could buy all the products I need. So I memorized the aisles, the rows of the grocery store, like what kind of foods were in each one, and I figured out the fastest route to go. And the other thing that I would do is I would make a list before, and I would try to memorize the list before I went to the store. So I'd walk in, put my headphones on, and I would just get to work. I would, without looking at the list, I would just go through and pick up all the things I needed, and then I would try to open up my phone to see the list and see how many of the things I was able to remember without looking at the list. It was so much fun.
Dude, that's actually so impressive. What the?
It was a blast.
That's awesome. Holy smokes.
Yeah. So that was cool. They started recognizing me at the grocery store. The guy that worked the deli. The deli is where you go get meat for sandwiches. We like to eat sandwiches for lunch in America, like banh mi, but it's a little bit different. We have like deli meats, and there's like a counter. And the guy that worked there, he and I talked so much. We're on a first name basis. It was awesome.
So you became a regular?
Yeah, I was a regular at our local grocery store.
Dang, dude. That's sick. So once you're done shopping and you get home, are you a one-trip kind of guy or what?
I try to be. That's a kind of a funny thing in America. It's like a thing that we try to do is when you go to the grocery store, they put all your groceries into bags, plastic or paper bags. And it's just funny to try to see how many of these you can pick up at one time. So if I was going on a big trip, maybe I would get 20 bags of groceries, and I would just load them up on my arm, like basically up to my shoulder, and try to walk them in and open the door, place them all down on the countertop. And yeah, usually it was one trip guy. There's some stuff like I can't get the water bottles or drinks or stuff like that, but I could get almost all the food all in one go from my car to the house.
I feel like a one trip is like a status symbol in some ways, or like it's a symbol of pride.
Yeah.
You're like, I can get all of these groceries in one go.
Yeah. It's probably similar to the people in Vietnam that have those semi that have like so much stuff on them. Yeah. I feel like it's probably similar to that. Like
it probably is.
Yeah.
I never asked anyone, but they probably do a similar.
Yeah.
Similar.
I was always impressed when I'd see people with a lot of stuff on their semi.
I was always amazed when you would see a family of 5 on one.
Yeah,
semi.
that was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
So yeah. That's grocery shopping in America. We can tell you a little bit about the inside of each one. Usually there's a produce section, and then there are aisles that have lots of things. If you've ever been to an Aeon mall, it's and they have a grocery store, it's very similar to that in America. Aeon mall is special. It's big. It's huge. So most grocery stores aren't really, well, there are some that are really big like that, but there are others that are smaller in America because they're so common here. Yeah.
Probably one of the coolest ones, I think, is Costco.
Yes, definitely.
You can buy food in bulk. So
Yeah.
you go, and it's really cheap for how much food you get. So you can go and load up for like a whole month if you need to.
Yeah. And they also make their own products sometimes, so they're cheaper. And one thing that I thought was funny was we'd find these American markets in Vietnam that have little specialty items that are American products. And like the most popular thing we would see in those stores were things from Costco because they just love them. People in America love Costco. So yeah, it's special.
They've got a food court, so
Yeah.
you can go get some of their food. They've got like hot dogs, pizza. They're really well known for their pizza because it's like that big, every slice. Holy smokes. Good stuff.
Well, thank you for joining us for another video. Please let us know if you have any questions and comment your favorite thing to eat.
Bye-bye, yeah.
Bye-bye.